welcome to the Gadgets and Gizmos show on Headlines Today. I'm Siddharth Sharma. And as you can see, we've got a very big gadget on this show. Before we begin, let's tell you what's our lineup. On the show this week, I drive a car. Sahil reviews a flashy colored smartphone. And there's a new rugged, sturdy camera from Nikon. With every passing day, technology is becoming an integral part of our lives. Our smartphones empower us to perform many functions of day-to-day life. It makes your life easier, and now it's all set to sync up with your car. This is the all-new Ford Fiesta 2014. Available only in diesel, it's a facelift of the Fiesta with an aggressive grille that makes it look like an Aston Martin. The design lines of the car are bold and gives the car a superb, flashy road presence. It is also more aerodynamic now. The interiors have been kept similar to the existing model. However, what's new on this model are rain-sensing wipers, push-button start, ambient lighting and Ford's patent sync technology. And yes, it sure is good. We have seen the Microsoft Sync integrated in the Ford EcoSport before. So what is new on the Ford Fiesta?
The biggest difference is uplink.
Okay.
So it offers you to operate the smartphone applications. Not only your smartphone phone call or music, but also the applications. So that's a bigger difference.
Please say a command.
Call Anusha.
Calling Anusha on mobile.
You see, with only voice control, the phone just makes a call.
Showcased at CES, the new Fiesta will feature AppLink to easily integrate your smartphone apps to your car. Of course, you can make phone calls and find places with voice command.
Please say a command.
Mobile apps.
Mobile apps. Say a command.
Map My India Explore.
Map me India Explore. Please say a command.
Restaurants.
Restaurants. Searching nearby restaurants. We've found 10 restaurants near you. First 5 results are 1. Nandas, 2. Saffron, 3. Chutney Chang, 4. Hint.
The car sure drives smooth in city, highway and back roads, but then again, just 3 apps, the time being. Alright, so now we are inside the Fiesta, the new 2014 Fiesta, and it's got something called Ford Sync with App Link. Did I say it right, Drew?
Yes, that's correct.
So what is this all about?
So Ford Sync is basically a partnership between Ford and Microsoft to bring sync technology to the car. And this is the second generation. We saw the first one with the EcoSport, Ford Sync. Now this comes with App Link.
Okay. So what does the App Link actually mean? You know, there's, if I'm not wrong, you can now control your smartphone apps sitting inside your car without touching your smartphone.
Right. So basically, Ford Sync is a way to use voice control to navigate most of your phone functions, including calling and reading your messages, controlling your music playback. With App Link, what you get is that there's specific applications which have been extended with App Sync capabilities, and you can use Sync on your car to control those specific applications.
Now that is something cool, but there are just about 3 apps for it. Don't you think that's like a little low number?
That's definitely true. Starting off with just 3 applications, of which 2 are Map My India, and there's another cool application called Glimpse. It's a low number for sure, but I think the onus lies on Ford to start pushing this and specifically bringing the technology to the mid-range segment. That should help increase the target audience as well for it.
Sync with App Link for the time being has India-centric apps right now, such as Map My India and Cricinfo. But then again, they have developer program that enables Indian developers to come out with cool apps that can take advantage of the App Link technology. One app on top of our mind, self-parking. Features such as Sync and App Link have been seen in high-end luxury cars in the past, but it sure is exciting to see such technology come in affordable sedans.
The thing is that we have phones like the Moto X, which have an active display on every time. So I would rather not go for a 10 lakh rupee sedan, buy a small car, get a nice cell phone holder and put my Moto X over there, and I can talk to the phone. You just talk to the car and you know, the Fiesta as well.
That's true to some extent, but then again, I think Ford's focus here is more on security and enabling voice controlled navigation so that you get a simplified interface on your display in the car. There's no distractions, and that means you have a safer ride as well.
Okay, but don't you think Ford Sync with App Link is a bit of a tongue twister?
That's true to some extent. I think it's just too long a name to get the consumer interest. Maybe Ford Sync itself will work or get something even more catchy.
Well, don't you think now that we have a car company also which comes out with unimaginative naming when it comes to technology? Seriously guys, we should definitely write a letter or something to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be old school. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
The Ford Fiesta facelift will only be offered with a single 1.5 litre diesel engine that will churn out 89 bhp and 204 Newton meters of torque. With an ex-showroom price between 7,69,000 and 9,29,000 rupees, it sure makes the all-new Ford Fiesta 2014 a complete car when it comes to technology as well as driving.
Now, no matter how much technology you put inside the car, you still can't get enough of your smartphones. You always want that big screen experience with good battery life and of course a very good camera. So up next on the show, we get you a review of one such device from HTC.
HTC is known for making beautiful Android smartphones, and they did not disappoint with the HTC Desire 816 as well. This is a phablet with a 5.5-inch display and weighs 165 grams. The design lines are clean and the grip is a bit slippery due to a glossy plastic back finish. Desire 816 is a dual SIM smartphone with nano SIM compatibility. Overall, it has a stance of its own and definitely looks appealing. The 5.5-inch display of the Desire 816 has 720p resolution and is not that great when it comes to watching Blu-ray content on it. But the plus side is that the display is not very reflective and fairly bright as well. The color reproduction is also very good on the display of the Desire 816. HTC Desire 816 is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 1.6 GHz quad-core processor with 1.5 GB of RAM. The user experience is lag-free and smooth. The gaming performance on the 816 is also at par with many high-end smartphones. It comes with the latest Android KitKat operating system loaded with HTC Sense. Internal storage is 8 GB, which is expandable up to 125 GB. Unlike HTC's flagship smartphone, the One M8, which has an ultra-pixel 4-megapixel camera, the HTC Desire 816 sports a 13-megapixel BSI sensor rear camera with LED flash that captures crisp and detailed images every single time, irrespective of the lighting conditions. There is also a front-facing 5-megapixel BSI sensor camera for selfie lovers, which delivers superb performance. HTC Desire 816 comes with a non-removable 2600 mAh lithium polymer battery that is a bit disappointing as it barely manages to last an entire day. With a box price of Rs 24,000, this is one desirable smartphone as it offers a good immersive experience, a good display and a smooth performance. But if you are looking for a marathon runner when it comes to the battery, you can give this one a skip for now. Now Microsoft put sync technology in the all-new Ford Fiesta 2014. And Microsoft is also known for Nokia. And Nokia recently came out with a new Windows phone, Lumia 630. And up next on the show, Sahil Maniktala gets you the entire review.
Yes, the all-new Nokia Lumia 630 is finally here and it packs in some new features. This is the first ever Nokia handset to run on the new Windows 8.1 operating system, and it's also the first Windows phone to offer dual SIM functionality. In fact, this phone marks a few firsts for Nokia, and that too at an affordable price. The dual SIM enabled Lumia 630 has the usual simple and minimalist design we've come to expect of Nokia. It's notably less curvy than the Lumia 520 with perfectly flat sides along the lines of the Asha styling and the X series. The phone comes in a range of colourful options and you can choose between the traditional white and black, orange, green and yellow. Thanks to its matte plastic finish, you'll get a great grip and the compact body is pleasant and comfortable to handle. Underneath the back cover, you'll find dual SIM slots and a micro SD card slot. The Lumia 630 sports a 4.5-inch clear black IPS LCD screen with a resolution of 854 by 480. The pixel density of 218 ppi provides reasonable sharpness and the image quality is surprisingly good. Colors are very vivid and viewing angles are quite decent too. However, there is no ambient light sensor on the device, so automatic brightness is a non-feature on this display. In terms of specifications, the Nokia Lumia is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 chipset with a quad-core 1.2 GHz Cortex A7 processor and is backed by 512 MB of RAM. Onboard storage is 8 GB, but this is expandable up to 128 GB via microSD card. Connectivity options in the device include 2G, 3G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and micro USB. Now, despite the Nokia Lumia 630 offering very middle-of-the-road specs, the phone performs rather well. The user interface feels smooth, apps open up in a jiffy, and multitasking is also very smooth. Although I did notice the occasional lags from time to time, but this is very negligible and not a major deal breaker. Well, at least for me it wasn't. Gaming on the Lumia 630 is pretty decent considering it boasts an Adreno 305 GPU. We were able to play casual games like Temple Run and Angry Birds without facing any issues. Even graphic-heavy games like Asphalt 8 performed well and we did not expect any frame drops. The camera on the Lumia 630 is nothing to boast about. It comes with a 5-megapixel rear camera with no LED flash and it struggles to take good pictures in low light conditions. Also, you have no front-facing camera on this one, so if you're a selfie lover, you may very well be disappointed with the Lumia 630. Windows Phone 8.1 has finally caught up with the competition and offers some long-awaited features such as Action Center with notification and quick toggles. There is also sensor core to track the user's activity, including steps traveled and calories burned, and a swipeable keyboard which works really well. Battery life on the phone is very impressive to say the least. It houses a 1830 mAh removable battery and will last you a complete day, even if you put the screen brightness at the highest level and use 3G data at all times. At a price tag of 11,500, the Nokia Lumia 630 doesn't exactly offer the best specifications, but thanks to the new Windows 8.1 operating system, it does deliver a good smartphone experience, and that too at an affordable budget. I personally like this phone, and I don't see why it won't be as successful as the Lumia 520 or even the Moto G.
Now, point-and-shoot cameras are not that popular anymore, because you get very good cameras on your smartphones from 13 megapixel to even 41 megapixel cameras. So what should camera manufacturers do in order to wow you and make you buy that point-and-shoot camera? Well, Nikon recently came out with an all-new AW120, and up next on the show we get your review of that.
Nikon is known mostly for its DSLRs than its point-and-shoot camera range. But there is a new point-and-shoot camera on the block from Nikon that is making some noise. Meet the Nikon AW120. This point-and-shoot camera is waterproof and shockproof, catering to a niche of users that are more adventurous types. Nikon AW120 features an effective pixel count of 16 million pixels and a backside illuminating CMOS sensor. The lens is a 5x optical zoom with 24mm equivalent wide angle, zooming to 120mm. There is also a digital zoom up to 5x. There is also a digital zoom up to 4x magnification. At its back you get a 3-inch OLED display with anti-reflection coating of 5-level brightness adjustment. So the display is almost always crystal clear while framing a shot or previewing clicked images. The AW120 gives you an ISO sensitivity of 125 to 1600, and there is also a lithium-ion battery that lasts over 300 shots. There is also a built-in flash for low-light photography. The image results are brilliant on the AW120 as the sensor is quite responsive and fast. There is very less image distortion while clicking images and also while zooming into an object. Images have good color and exposure. Images have a good color reproduction but could have been a bit sharper. However, they are good for sharing on websites. The Nikon AW120 is also capable of 1080p HD video recording and delivers video output for both NTSC and PAL. There is also an additional feature like the support of GPS and GLONASS for faster and more accurate positioning. There is also an inbuilt compass and Wi-Fi functionality on the AW120. The connectivity over Wi-Fi is seamless and additional HDMI connectivity option is also present. The USP of the Nikon AW120 is that it is an all-weather camera with a very good depth rating of 18 meters and is shockproof to 2 meters of fall. AW120 is also freeze-proof up to -10 degrees. The build is sturdy and the rubber lining on the openings keep the camera watertight. Features like vibration reduction helps keep shots sharper, and the screen is improved with a higher resolution. The camera is competitively priced at Rs 16,900. Loaded with a built-in Wi-Fi and GPS, the AW120 makes a great adventure travel camera, particularly if you want to share your images on social media sites.
And with that, it's time for us to say goodbye on this edition of Gadgets and Gizmos show. If you have any comments, queries or suggestions, tweet us at HLT Gizmos. You can also email us on htwg@aajtak.com. We'll see you same time, same place next week, but for all the news and updates, keep watching Headlines Today.